Are you a professional pillow fighter? Or a 9-to-5 low-cost time travel agent? Or maybe real estate sales on Mars is your profession? It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, however complex or intricate, Monday.com can help you organize, orchestrate, and make it more efficient. Monday.com is the one centralized platform for everything work-related. And with Monday.com, work is just easier. Monday.com, for whatever you run. Go to Monday.com to learn more.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer, so let's bring her out. Our star attraction, the one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
Kill me now, kill me now.
Welcome to Kill Me Now.
Oh, good name.
Yeah, Kill Me Now.
Kill me now. You should sing that.
Is that a song,
We
actually?
just used to, when we were in a bad situation, like in a writer's room, where
Right.
it's 3 a.m, nobody said, I made up a song. Kill me now, kill me now. Maybe that's
Can
your
that be our
song.
theme song?
I think we found our jingle.
Oh
I
my
just sang
God.
it. You've got a ringtone.
Oh, this is perfect. We're here today with Phil Rosenthal.
Another take? You want another take of it?
Yeah, do another
Just
take.
in case?
Yeah,
And action.
go.
Kill me now, kill me now.
Cut.
I love it.
Me too.
I love it. We're putting that on every podcast. Because you know what? All right. We're here with Phil Rosenthal. You all know him. Amazing writer, creator of... What's the name of that show again? I forgot.
Somebody likes the
Somebody
thing.
likes this guy. He's Italian. His brother's really tall. His parents are live right. What the hell is the name of that show?
Everybody
asleep at
hates
this.
Redmond.
Everybody.
Hugs.
No.
3 people went into a coma from this bit.
That's what it's
Everybody
called.
Loves Raymond.
Hello.
But Phil Rosenthal, ladies and gentlemen. But Phil, I know you not as a award-winning, Peabody-winning, Emmy-winning, what would we, producer, writer, creator, television,
Popularity contest
whatever.
winning. You
I know
basically
you
Not
as
as that.
Phil. No,
You
I
know
know you
me
as Phil.
as a sexually desirable.
Now, if I had to, I do believe
Deviant.
I could. He would be the perfect husband for me.
You could get it up for me.
Oh
could.
man,
I could
she
totally get-
says this about twice a day.
Phil, first of all, you have a new show on PBS.
Here I am.
It's called "I'll Have What Phil's Having." Good night, folks. Which
Could
is
you make it sound more Jewish?
I know. Is that bad?
I'll
but
have-
first of all, I'll have what Phil's having is a Jewy thing.
Well, it's from that movie.
It's from the movie with
You want to hear something crazy?
what?
I swear to God, this is true. I was looking for titles for the show.
Right.
And I think it was Lou Schneider,
Schneider,
our friend, sent
yes.
me a thing. He said, we were in the restaurant the other day, and everyone was looking at the menu going, what would Phil order? And I thought, that's a funny title. Maybe, like, what would Jesus do?
Right.
What would Phil order? As
Right.
if I'm
You
somebody.
could have bracelets.
As if I'm somebody. So I sent that around to some people along with some other ones, and my friend Vanessa Silverton, who's Nancy Silverton's daughter, and
Oh.
a great person in her own right,
Right.
brilliant. She sends me back, no, I don't, I think it's, I'll have what Phil's having. And I said, that's perfect.
That's it.
That's perfect. And I show it to my brother. We're sitting at a deli. Mm-hmm. When I show it to him, he goes, that's it. You can't do better than that. Just then, the waiter from the deli comes over with the check. I am not making this up. And he says, oh, you're at the lucky table. What do you mean the lucky table? We're at Katz's Deli. He points over our head. There's a sign that says, and we didn't see it until this moment.
No way.
At this table, Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal, right, did the famous scene.
Get
and
out.
the lady said, I'll have what she's having.
Oh,
You're full of shit.
I swear to God,
you know
that's
what
true.
that's called? Bashert.
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 Kismet.
Yes.
Kismet. Sign
That
from
is
God.
amazing. And that
How
was
could
Rob Reiner's mother.
How could I not do it? Yes, and Billy Crystal came up with that line on the spot. to
Wow.
give to Estelle.
I've
You know
heard
about
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Wow.
I love
now, I have to
it.
tell you, I was at the Comedy Cellar a few weeks ago, and I bump into this guy, Ray Romano. I don't know if you know who he is. And
I didn't catch the name.
Ray Romano.
Nice, yes.
Right. Writing
And
that
I don't know, we were talking about, I was telling him about how we went to Blue Hill. And that was the greatest meal of my life. We had this 4-hour... I mean, that was the most perfect... That was such... I can't thank you enough. That was
loved
the
it.
most amazing experience.
You know what's nice? It's only nice if you share it. And it's only nice if you share it with somebody who gets it. You got it.
Anyway, it was such an experience. So he says to me, you know what? Phil needs to come up with an app. And then,
I'm
you know...
working on it.
You are?
Absolutely, yes.
Of course.
So
I don't want to say it because if I say it...
Then it won't happen.
No, it's also such a good idea. I can't believe it's not out yet.
Right.
And I'm actually talking to my agents about why hasn't this come out yet and how do we do it? So I can't say it yet, but it's coming.
You
Okay.
heard it here first.
So Ray thought of that. You thought of his show.
I'm not
and
giving him any money
No,
for
I
that.
wouldn't. He doesn't. He needs no money.
He has
Phil.
enough.
But
By
you
the
know,
way, playing a Jew in the new show. Let's plug him for a second. He's playing a Jewish, I think, agent in the new Martin Scorsese, Mick Jagger produced HBO series called Vinyl. He's
No
filming
way.
it. He
Nice.
didn't tell you about that?
well, he had the beard, and
Yeah.
and
That's
he was
his
with
attempt to look
Bobby.
more Jewish.
Yeah, and he was with Bobby Cannavale.
You know him?
Yeah, he's very nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I said, hi, I'm Judy. And, oh, yeah, I know you. I love when people say, oh, yeah, I know you. And I'm thinking,
Whoa.
I have one bathroom, and you know who I am. So, he's playing a Jew. They can't get a Jew to play a Jew?
Why aren't you playing a Jew?
I know.
On television in the
I'm
Martin
not playing a
Scorsese?
Jew.
Why are you yelling?
I don't know, my mother. So, so Phil, I did some research as much as I could.
It's about time.
Yeah. What the hell is Poo Poo Rosenthal?
That's stupid.
What is that?
That was a credit on one of the shows where they called him, and this is, I don't even remember the name of this episode, but I know it was an episode where Ray was talking about being picked on in school, and there was a thing where they called him P.P. Raymond because he made in his pants one day.
Right.
And so Deborah, I think, brings that back and calls him P.P. Raymond. Oh, yes, she's a bully. He accuses her of being a bully.
Right.
And she says P.P. Raymond, like getting at him.
Right.
So mean.
Right.
Funny, though. And at the end of the credits, instead of it said, based on the comedy of Ray Romano, we put up, based on the comedy of P.P. Raymond, and then my credit came up, executive producer, Poo Poo Rosenthal.
That's great.
I love that.
So you looked up a credits sheet.
Whatever,
or
I just saw- I
IMDb,
found
and
out-
You saw Poo Poo Rosenthal. Please don't call me that, people, when you see me on the street. Hi,
I'm sorry.
Poo Poo.
I actually, because I know how much you adore food, I actually thought it was because of a poo-poo platter or something. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Let's say
P.U.
that. That sounds a little
Right?
better than Made in His Pants Rosenthal.
Right.
Hawaii
Now-
shout out.
You grew up in New York. I don't know how anyone would know that because it's not like you have an accent or any sort of New York
Shut
affect. And you really wanted to be an actor.
So what you're saying is,
That you're a failure.
I hear you.
You're a failure.
Don't think I don't wake up with that.
So you went to Hofstra.
Yes.
You met Monica Horan.
After.
Oh, it was it, but she went to Hofstra
She
as well.
transferred in the year after I graduated, which is a bit of trivia that nobody gives a shit about.
I care.
Okay.
She transferred in the year after you
I
graduated.
And then I met her after that. I was walking on 9th Avenue. I was
Yeah.
at the 9th Avenue Food Fair. You
Right.
ever do that?
Oh my God, I love the
A
Ninth
wonderful
Avenue.
thing.
I know. Yeah.
I met my wife at the 9th Avenue Food
Like
Fair.
exactly how'd you meet her?
I'm walking down the street. I'm eating a rib. I'm with Tom McGowan. I'm eating and dripping sauce on my Joe Jackson's Jumpin' Jive
Oh
t-shirt.
yeah.
So sexy.
I
And
love
here
Joe
comes
Jackson.
that Monica
Yeah.
who I'd seen in a play a week before
Right.
with our mutual friends that crossed over our 2 times at
Right.
Hofstra, right? And I thought she was really funny.
Right.
I didn't have any ulterior motives or anything because
Right.
tell that girl she's funny. Just I saw somebody great and I wanted her to know that, I thought she was funny. That's all. Now I see her. Here she comes. She's walking with our mutual friend. I think it was Lori Gunty. Right? And I see her and I go, oh, the funny girl. I'm a big fan of yours. Like that. And she
Right.
goes, I'm a big fan of yours too. Okay, so that's sweet, right?
What?
A lie. She
She
never
lied?
saw me in anything. She never heard of me. She didn't know me. She lied.
Oh,
the
that's
whole
my
thing
Monica. Yeah.
built on a lie.
Right.
So I'm available, Judy, if you change your mind and whole way of life.
Wow.
Wow. And then did you make out like the first date?
Right there. Drop my rib, mouth on hers, done.
One
No,
bone
that
for
was it.
another.
What really happened was, I'm not like that.
I know.
We start a week after that. Here comes a play. I'm doing at Columbia Grad School.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a part for a funny girl. And I said, what about the funny girl, Monica, that I just saw and just met? We should cast her. She's funny.
Right.
We call her up. She says yes. She comes, and I don't know if you've been in a play. Sure you have. But you know how it is when you're in
Yeah.
a play. You get to know somebody.
Oh
and
my!
then
It's like camp. It's like summer
before-
camp. Yeah.
Before I knew it,
Massages.
she took advantage of me.
No
Oh.
way. She made the first move.
Oh, she makes every move.
I know.
Was it in the ladies' dressing room?
No.
Wait. So
Central Park
Wow.
right there. We're looking at Central Park right now.
yeah.
Kissed her on a hill overlooking the boat pond for the first
And
time
did
right
you
there.
did you get the fireworks, or you were just like, thank God someone is
it was-
kissing me?
It was special because I couldn't get anyone to touch me.
Right.
So it was very nice how desperate she was.
That
That's beautiful.
and
So it
now
works in my favor.
I love that. So
That's what I look for in a mate.
right.
Desperation. Number
Yeah.
one.
Me too. Actually.
Writing that down.
And I'm desperate. But so okay. So and then you get married. You're poor. You're living at like two
Absolutely,
actors.
Yes, poor, yes.
Not for long, but long enough.
Oh, yeah, long. Like years and years and years. Yeah, 10 years.
10 years.
From college graduation to my first writing job is about 10 years.
All right, it's not okay. I'm living 30 years poor. All right, I'm not done. All right, whatever.
Let's take
I'll
the rest
do-
of my podcast to complain about you.
Oh, you didn't know what this was about?
Oh, please, shut up.
I know it's all about Judy. I know.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So, all right. So then you start working on Coach.
Okay, yes.
What? You don't
There's stuff in between, but go.
like? But
get to
that
the
was
good
that
stuff.
your first like?
job on a show that people had heard of.
Okay.
My first writing job in Hollywood. You're going to think I'm making this up. The Robert Mitchum sitcom.
No way.
Yes.
So, how did you get into writing if you were Mr. Actor?
Some friends of mine and I wrote a show for ourselves to be
Right,
in because we
right.
couldn't get arrested.
Right.
And that became a successful thing. At the same time, our friend Alan Kirschenbaum came to my house with a word
Who
processor.
you grew up with.
Who I grew
Yes.
up with in New City, New York.
Right.
He shows up with that blue and gray metal
Right.
box, a word processor it's called, 1987. We're going to write a screenplay. What do you
Right.
mean? I don't know nothing about writing no screenplay.
Right.
He says, I think I know the structure. Seriously.
Right.
We're going to write it about a suburban detective in New City, the town we grew
Right.
up in. We're going to name it Schulman, after Millard Schulman, who lived a few houses away from me. We like that name.
Right.
We write it. Now, I'm not kidding. I have $150 in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
We sold that screenplay to HBO.
No way.
They didn't make it,
Right.
ultimately. But this is $1988. $70,000.
No way. Are you kidding me?
My mother, I call her
I
up.
can't even with your mother, Helen.
I call her up.
Yeah.
I tell her.
Plots.
She goes, what do you get for something like that? I said, Alan and I are splitting $70,000. Silence on the phone. Ma? She goes, do you know we've worked our whole lives to have $70,000? Like you little shit. You sit on your ass and do
And you
nothing
write some, yeah.
until you scribble thing,
Actors.
some idiocy, and they give you.
How did that
how
make
is
you
the
feel?
World fair?
That would be a kill me now moment. Like,
What?
how did that? Did you, want
see
to?
that I'm 55 years old?
Right,
I
and you still can't get over
I can come
it.
up
Did you
with
want
it
to
in a second.
strangle? Did you want to strangle her?
No, it was just astounding.
Right.
And by the way, it was an honest reaction
Right.
from someone who doesn't understand the way the world works
Right.
and what are the values in this world. She's
Right.
not wrong,
Right.
but I think for your son, you give it up a little.
And, right. And then what'd your dad do?
You put a sign on the roof. My son just sold the screenplay for $70,000.
Nice.
Oh, that is so great.
Yeah.
That must have been like Oh my God!
It was,
Did
oh
that
my
give
God.
you confidence, or were you like, oh shit? Well, like, were you nervous? Like, oh, I better,
No, the best part was that I went from being an actor and eating tuna fish for dinner every
Right.
night to eating whatever I wanted.
And do you feel
That was the best.
Amen.
I had cold sesame
Well,
noodles
fine.
every night because it was $2.95, and you did tuna fish. Did you
Okay.
do white albacore?
No, I'm not Rockefeller. I had whatever was the cheapest.
All right, I enjoyed
I
that.
Dark
had
meat
pizza,
and oil.
Right?
Uh-huh.
I had, and then on a special occasion we went to Carumba. Do you remember?
Oh
Carumba?
my God! Yes, Carumba
Right?
on Columbus Avenue.
I had a new thing in
Yeah.
1985 called a quesadilla.
Oh yeah.
It's like
They
grilled
were-
cheese,
yes,
only with tortilla.
Yes.
And it's a little spicy. They have these things in them called jalapenos.
Right.
And they put the green glop on top called guacamole.
I know.
I'm like, wow, this is
is the best.
exotic.
Yes.
That's the flattest bagel I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Nice.
Okay, now,
That's awesome.
all right. Then you, of course, how did you meet Ray?
Oh, I'm working on Coach, and then I get a tape of a
Mm-hmm.
comedian who had been struggling for 12 years, and then he goes on Letterman and does one appearance.
Yeah, kills.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Letterman sets out to do a show for that
Right.
guy. He's like, "This somebody should make a sitcom," or
Right.
him, Letterman and his people. And the way it works is, they set about looking for a writer to create a show for the comedian. And as a writer, you're looking for comedians to create a show
Mm-hmm. Right,
for.
right,
Unless you have an idea, which I didn't have.
right.
So this tape comes, and Monica and I saw this when we were watching Letterman 3
Right.
months ago. We love this guy. He's funny. Of course, I'll take that meeting.
Right. And you had never met him before.
No, even though we're both born in Queens.
Is that? Oh my God! Another Bashert.
That's
you
wild.
go.
Are you from
Another Bashert.
Where
If
in
you don't
Queens?
stop yelling, I have to open a window.
Really? It's that bad? I get excited when I'm around you.
I know.
I can't believe that you wrote on Coach, and I'm
Yes.
6'2.5", and you never put me on there.
I didn't know you.
I know.
didn't know anything about you.
Whatever.
I
Go ahead.
would've.
Thank you.
Jews on camera were very welcome on that show.
Okay, so you do this.
Maybe the most Gentile show in the history of show business. By the way, I had no business being there. What the hell did I know? I literally, my partner at the time, Oliver Goldstick, and I literally wrote this in one of our scripts. Coach says, Coach, he wouldn't know your football term here
Right.
from his different football term here.
No way.
Yes?
That
Yes?
is so.
And we
fu-
left it to a Gentile to tell us what that
Right.
meant.
That's
What-
great. That's so funny. Oh,
Oh
it was
my
such
God.
a great show.
It's just they hate the Jews in Hollywood.
And yet,
And yet-
90% of us.
Hello.
Self-hating.
All right. So did they like put you in touch with so you see this tape
Yeah.
and you are like, oh my God, this guy's really funny.
Yeah, let's
I'd love
meet.
to-
We meet at Arts Deli on Ventura. Mm-hmm. You know.
I
what
love
the,
how you. I love the food. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what the motto is?
What?
Where every sandwich is a work
Oh,
of art.
yes. Where every sandwich is a work of art because it's what Stelly goes.
Yes. And we meet.
Oh,
And I
man.
say, "Tell me about yourself." And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "Tell me about your family." Just what I would say
Right.
to you if I meet you.
Right.
Who are you? Tell me
Right.
about you. I like your act.
Right.
But who are you?
Right.
I have twin boys, an older daughter. My family lives close by. They're always bothering me. I have an older brother who lives with them, and he's older than me, but he's jealous of me. He touches every bite of food to his chin. He's kind of weird. He looks at my award that I won, the Cable Ace Award for comedy, and he's a cop. And he goes, "Never ends for Raymond. Yeah, everybody loves Raymond." And I said, "Wow, doesn't seem like there's anything there we could use." But I thought also later, maybe that's the show. Because, first of all, he never acted before.
Right.
So I'm not going to make him, gay astronaut from Cleveland. I'll
Right.
make him something that's close to him that
Right.
he understands.
That is a good show, Gay Astronaut from Cleveland.
Maybe you could do that,
I could.
right?
I could do gay and lesbian and transgender astronaut from Cleveland.
Is gay, you don't say gay to cover all of you?
No, it's I do. I don't
You do?
care. Yeah, I did, but now it's
I
like
don't want to say the
Not
wrong
all
thing. That's why
trans
I'm-
people are gay.
Yeah.
Of course not.
A lot of trans people
No,
are
but
straight.
you mean the gay and
No, I meant
lesbo.
gay lesbian. That's
No,
all.
I say I'm gay.
Okay. I'll say it too then.
All right.
You're gay.
You know what? That is the gayest thing I have ever heard.
I like
okay.
it. I like
so,
it.
So you ponder
Yeah, and I figured this is the right...
after you left, after Arts Deli.
Well, we actually deliberated over sometime what will the show be.
Right.
And he actually wanted it. This is 1996.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to do a show. He goes, does there have to be a story? can we just, like, can I sit in the diner with my friends and talk about, like, stuff? And I'm like, first of all, there is already that show. It's called Seinfeld.
Right.
And second, I don't know how to write that show.
Right.
I need a story. That's
Right.
all what I'm trained in. That's all I know how to do. So the shows I grew up with, The Honeymooners, right?
Right.
These are the shows I'm trying to emulate.
Right.
All in the Family. Taxi, The Odd Couple,
Right.
Roseanne, The Cosby Show of the
Right.
80s. Can't say his name anymore.
Right.
But yes, these were the great shows that I loved, and they were all for-camera sitcoms, real, seeming like life. In other words, it could happen.
Right.
The stuff in those shows could happen.
Could happen.
They took place on planet Earth.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Did I say Dick Van Dyke Show? I meant to
I love
say
Dick
that
Van
too.
Dyke,
Okay.
yeah. Dyke, I like Dyke, yeah.
Hello. So I tell him, these are my values. This is the guy, if you pick me, this is the guy. By the way, he's met like 12 guys. And I
Really?
didn't even think I was his first choice. I think he wanted a writer from Friends first.
Right.
Because that was the hot show.
Right.
So, of course,
That show annoyed me.
I'm not going to talk about it because my daughter, that's her favorite
Lily.
show. I've come into the kitchen, and Lily, for the last 5 years, has been watching
No,
that
she watches The
every
Office.
single day. Yeah, she switched over just recently.
Yeah.
But for 5 years, every single day I come into my kitchen, Friends is on. I say, again, Friends?
Right.
Not because I don't like it or because
Right.
I don't think, but again with this? She turns to me, she says, Friends is the best sitcom ever made. And I say, that's nice that you feel that way. Why don't you go watch it at Marta Kaufman's house?
That's funny. I couldn't take that they had that gorgeous apartment. And
That was the most annoying
See,
part.
that would bother me in my room,
Right.
writer's room, because the
It's
one
not-
rule
could
we
not
had
happen.
could
Right.
not happen.
Right.
Right away, I don't buy it.
Right.
Now, it had a lot of other things going for it.
Right.
Probably the most beautiful people ever
Right.
to be in a sitcom.
Right.
Which was the exception to the rule. But network television looked at that show and said, just cast beautiful people.
Right.
That never works.
Which is why I never.
You're too
Audition.
beautiful.
For Friends.
Right. Not even an audition. Okay. So,
You could be on that show.
thank you.
You could be.
I could be that nasty neighbor that's like, "How are you kids living in this apartment? You make no goddamn money." Okay.
Our
So,
friend Maggie Wheeler got that part. Actually.
yeah, right. So, all right. So then, so he picks you. How do you find out?
I don't know. I got a call that, if you want to do it, Ray wants to work with you. I'm like, great.
And
so
that-
we start meeting and discussing.
Did you ever have sex?
There was one time, I don't want to talk about it. You have to in Hollywood.
Right,
You have
of course, because you
Just
want to
the-
really know him.
It's just the way.
Right, right.
It's not even. It's just a formality. Bend
Right.
over. Here we go. Okay,
Right.
now we're in business.
They should call it Hollywood.
Hello.
Hey, good night, folks. Go.
He called him she once. That was that one time. He wanted to do a show like that. I convinced him that this was the way, and I also convinced him that the very story he told me about his family, that was the show.
Right.
He was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yes, this and this and this. I relate to that.
Right.
Your parents lived close by. My parents lived 3,000 miles away, but they may as well
Right.
live across the street."
Right.
That's the metaphor in
Right.
the show, the central thing
Right.
of the show. And what I don't know about your family, because I didn't meet them,
Right.
I'm going to be able to fill in my family.
Right.
I'm going to put my parents in. I'm going to
Right.
do this. So he said, all right, go ahead. So I wrote a script. Right, I dropped in some of his bits and stuff that he would be comfortable with.
Right.
Right, and he's a fantastic writer too,
Right.
by the way.
Yes.
And became, as the show went on, a great writer. And I wrote some episodes with him.
Wow.
And they're some of my favorite ones.
Wow.
He's terrific. He also became a terrific actor.
Yes,
and
he absolutely did.
and
And
we
his
did-
mother's is a pianist or a musician.
But that I put it in the show. His mother
Right.
teaches piano in the show. That's Marie's occupation.
Right, and so that
Yeah.
I'm saying his real mother
Yes.
was that, and I think I always thought that's where he got his timing and
That could be.
Yeah.
Because it is musical.
right,
Like Don Rickles is a drummer.
right, exactly.
Right?
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
Welcome to Play It, a new podcast network featuring radio and TV personalities talking business, sports, tech, entertainment, and more. Play it at play.it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
initially, the network doesn't want to pay you. They don't think this show is gonna. Did you feel that in the beginning that they didn't think the show was gonna be a huge hit?
I feel like they like the show,
right?
But this is not our big hit,
right?
Because why? No stars,
right?
No big stars. Peter Boyle was in the show,
right?
But that's as big a star as we have, and the world isn't jumping up and down for an older gentleman like Peter Boyle at this moment in time. People don't know who Ray is. Mm-hmm. They don't know who Patty Eaton is, right? And so we're going on and we're getting the lousiest time slot. Mm-hmm. This is Les Moonvest's first programming year, by the way, 1996. Wow. So he has shows with a lot of stars in them.
Right.
He wants to do well. I don't blame him.
Right.
Puts us on Friday night at 8:30 after Dave's World. There hadn't been a hit in that time slot since Gomer Pyle.
Wow.
Whoa. And we didn't change that.
Right.
But we got nice reviews. And CBS and Les especially liked the show.
Right.
And he saw that the 3 people who were watching on Friday were coming back.
Right.
And so when he had a show doing badly on Monday night after Murphy Brown, he called me in his office and he said, starting in March of this first season, I'm going to give you 6 opportunities in this decent time slot. I'm like, really? He goes, yes, but if you don't perform there, I can't help you anymore.
Wow.
So Ray and I got very, very nervous.
Right.
Because, yes, we're getting this shot. It's a show of confidence.
Right.
But it's also a show of, like, you're in the playoffs for the World Series.
Right.
If you don't do well, you're not going to the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
You're going home.
Right.
So that's when we were nervous. So the first night on Monday, our ratings doubled.
No way.
But if you're Ray and me, we go, wow, uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Why uh-oh? Because people sampled us.
Are they going to come back?
Exactly. That's all we're thinking.
Right.
Next week is the test, not this week.
Right.
Next week. So we're nervous for that week. Our ratings went up from there.
No way.
That's when we settled down.
What week did you think, okay, we're in the clear?
That week.
The second week.
I actually clipped the Variety thing that said Raymond's ratings went up from last week, probably securing a permanent berth on Monday night. Yes,
nice.
It said that.
Now, when he first asked you into his office,
yeah,
were you like, oh, shit? Like, did you think it was bad? Like,
no, because things were going well.
Right.
And I thought something nice was coming.
Right.
Not money.
Right.
But something nice was coming because he wanted to talk to us. So that was good. And and then, I was just, you write a thing in your room by yourself. You're hoping that Wendy Goldstein at CBS is going to recommend it to shoot a pilot.
Right.
That's all you're hoping for.
Right.
Everything that happened, I mean, getting a cast together.
Right.
Getting to shoot a pilot.
Right.
Shooting the pilot. Right. Having it go well. Getting it on the air.
Right.
Having it do okay, getting nice reviews. Getting to Monday night, having that go well, getting another season. Every single one of these things is not winning the jackpot. It's winning the jackpot over and over and over and over. The odds are astronomical that this would happen. So I'm lucky to be in this nice hotel talking to you.
Yeah, you might be kind of talented.
You're very sweet.
But did you ever, I just need to know, when did you say... This
Easy Street?
Yeah.
Never, because I can tell you another nervous moment. The third season, we're moving, I think, from 9:30, protected by a Murphy Brown lead-in. Now Murphy Brown is going off the air. We're taking over 9 o'clock. Mm-hmm. What's on at 9 o'clock on Mondays?
Football.
Monday night football. These are the boys that would knock my books down in the hallway at school. Now I'm going up against them. And the hottest show in the country at that moment, Ally McBeal. Do you remember how big that was?
Yes.
Within 3 months, I swear to you, within 3 months, we were beating both of them.
No way.
Aha, football people.
Aha, you mother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, those football assholes who were mean to me and called me Bigfoot.
Sweet revenge.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, your obsession with food.
Okay. I can tell you where this show had its roots in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay. Because I'm absolutely interested, but I've known you for a while. I mean, I really know Monica really well, and then I fell in love with you. But You have always been obsessed with food.
Yes.
And yet you're thin.
Yes.
So...
How does it happen?
Well, first of all...
I can tell you I was 30 pounds heavier.
I know.
15 years ago.
I know, I remember.
Because in the writer's room,
yeah.
if you've ever done that, if you're stuck in the writer's room, what we call the veal pen.
Right.
There's no sunshine coming in except the menu.
Right.
So the menu comes, and that's your vacation for the day. It's what you look forward to. I call my production company, "Where's lunch?" Because that's the writer's main preoccupation.
Right.
Where the hell is lunch already? Right. And where are we going to order from? And what are we getting? Well, if you're me, and the menu comes, you ask, "What can I order?" And they say, "Whatever you want." I said, "Not whatever I want." "Yes." "You mean like an appetizer and an entree and a dessert?" "Yeah, whatever you want." So here we go.
And is that...
Boom, 30 pounds. Suddenly, need new pants.
But is that when the obsession of...
No, the obsession started when I left my parents' house and I had food and flavors that I never tasted before.
So your mother was not a great cook?
I'm not saying that.
Helen! Max!
My mother is a wonderful person. Smart, funny.
Oh, she's great.
Brilliant,
I love her.
Fantastic.
Personality don't sweeten the meat, honey. I don't know where that came from.
Please call my mother and tell her that.
Yes.
I don't want to.
But did you know... Okay.
But we grew up without a lot of money, and they both worked, and it was not, even a value, like great food. They didn't know from that.
Right.
So...
Did you go out to dinner when you were a kid?
Hardly ever. We didn't have a lot of money.
Right.
Once in a while, we'd have Chinese food on a Sunday.
Right.
Maybe once every 2 months.
Right.
Right? And I love that, but we always got the same goddamn thing.
What? Chicken chow mein?
Whatever my dad, was okay with. A barbecued spare rib and maybe a lobster Cantonese.
Okay, let me just tell you something.
Yeah.
We were kosher.
Right.
It took till I was 20-something to realize that there's more things on a Chinese menu than vegetable chow mein.
Yes.
And egg drop soup.
Right. And so when you let's say you go to a Chinese restaurant without your parents for the first time,
what?
Your mind is blown.
Well, I still do that. I'm 52, and I go to a restaurant and I like go to order an appetizer, and I'm like, and I'm like, I'm 52. I can order an appetizer. I can put the thermostat on whatever I want. I can order whatever I want, and I can take a cab.
One of the best moments ever in a film of any kind is that moment in Ratatouille. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Where the critic takes the bite of the ratatouille at the end, and they zoom flash to him as a child.
Right.
This is genius because it's so everything you're talking about is connected to that moment. It's food and childhood. It's connected. And I believe that what we want most in a meal is to return to the thing we loved as kids in an idealized version.
Right.
What do I mean? The best slice of pizza you ever had.
Right.
The best hot dog you ever had. The stuff we ate as children. We want the idea. If somebody can create the idealized version of those things, we love them.
So, were you thinking about your next gig during the Raymond thing? Like, what do I want to do next?
I thought I'm going to ride this train until it's over. A lot of people,
gravy.
Yes,
and then you take the gravy and you make another show about gravy. Good night, everyone. I'll be here all week. Go ahead. All right, it was bad, but how did
you have editing?
Okay, so
no, but she does have Ritalin.
So you decided when the show was going to be over,
which was very nice.
Right.
Now, a lot of people in my position, we get offers to go do the next show, and you leave that show behind to somebody else. And Woody Allen said you can't ride two horses with one behind. Right. And I've seen it happen, so I stayed with Raymond.
Right.
I turned down money even to stay with Raymond.
Right.
Because I knew that this was special, not just special. It was my family.
Right.
I'm writing about my family.
Right.
Never have that again.
Right. And no one else is going to be able to do that.
No.
Yes.
No. And I love the people.
Right.
The main thing. That's the main thing.
Special.
So, during the ninth season, I talked to Ray. I talked to the writers. I said, I think this is it.
Right.
Actually, during the 8th season, I said, I think next season is it. Because we're out of stories.
Right.
210.
That's amazing.
That's a lot of anything.
Yes.
It's enough.
Right.
Now, CBS, they would have been happy. They don't care. I was actually told by somebody at CBS, If I have Ray Romano and Doris Roberts reading the phone book, I'm going to put that on.
Right.
Meaning the writing, they don't care.
Right. Which
I
makes
cared.
you...
Wow.
I
Right.
cared.
Right, of course.
Raymond cared, thankfully, because if Raymond would have said, I think I'm going to go on without film,
Right.
would have happened.
You got to have integrity. So, okay.
Well, he does.
Yes.
And he knew that it's all about the writing.
Right.
You don't have a show unless you have writing.
Right.
And listen, he was one of the writers.
Right.
So he cared too. So this is a rare thing in show business. You get to leave on your terms. You know, usually they like to break up with you.
Right.
They don't like it when you break up with
Right.
them.
So you break up with them. Are they pissed?
I'm not going to say they're pissed. I will say that I know they wanted us to continue. And
Right.
by the way, they're in business. So
Right.
this
of
is
course.
a show that's making money for
Right.
them. I understand them not being thrilled that we leave.
When did you go into syndication? What season? 5?
Yeah, when you hit 100,
Right.
you go into syndication. And we flew to New York to start the kind of syndication tour
Right.
to announce our syndication. We came on September 10th, 2001.
Wow.
Oy vey.
We stayed at this hotel.
Wow.
We got in a car to go down to do the Rosie O'Donnell show.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I worked on that show.
I know.
Yes.
Somebody came out and said, no show today. Mm-hmm. Right?
Was it Judy?
No, I wasn't working. I was pregnant. Go ahead.
We
No,
could-
Ben had just been born.
We actually
yes.
could see the smoke from
Yes.
the World Trade Center
Yes.
down 6th Avenue.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we saw it
coming
up on the Upper West Side. Yeah, and
So
smell. And
we
the
all
smell.
came back to my room.
Yeah,
Could have been this room.
right.
And we watched the horror on television.
Oh, it was awful.
And then we saw the fighter jets flying around Manhattan.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. It was a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad I started talking about this now?
Yeah, I'm really happy.
Never forget.
That's great. Thanks, Phil.
And we were stuck here. We couldn't get home.
Right.
And I couldn't even get, we couldn't call home.
But
either
you
if
were close
there.
to your parents, so you felt safe.
They were a big help.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, how do you
They
decide?
helped the nation.
How do you?
Mm-hmm.
How do you decide? I'm going to food. I'm
Okay,
going.
here's what happened. I'm going to tell you. At the end of season 1 of Raymond, I say to Ray, what are you doing on your hiatus? Right? Where are you going on your little vacation? You have 3 months before you have to be back.
Right.
"Oh, I go to Jersey Shore."
Right.
I said, you ever been to Europe? He said, nah. I said, no? Not even Italy, where your family's from? Nah. I said, why not? He goes, I'm not really interested in other cultures. Even his own culture,
Right.
not interested. He likes the Jersey Shore.
Right.
Light bulb goes off on my head. We have to do this episode. We have to do an episode where we send him to Italy as Ray Romano. And we
Right.
send him back as Roberto Benigni. After he's been transformed
right,
by
right.
the magic of Italy,
Right.
like I have been,
Right.
and I'm proselytizing.
Right.
I'm like a zealot about it.
Right.
I love it so much. My favorite thing in life to do:
Right.
eat in Italy.
Right.
I recommend this to people. Okay. Takes 5 years to get the money from CBS to go do that episode.
I mean, the Brady Bunch went to Hawaii.
We were not the Brady Bunch.
Wow. And the Grand Canyon. Go ahead.
Okay. So 5 years in,
I can't believe they wait 5 years.
I even got a call from a CBS executive the week before we started filming. I was already there. Mm-hmm. Can you cut some of the locations out of the show? Because this is getting expensive. I said, I'm not Spenstein.
Right.
I'm very frugal, and I understand.
I hate
but
Spenstein.
at a certain point, Italy is what we're in Italy for.
Right.
We're here for those locations.
Right.
We need them. And I ignored that, and I did exactly the show that
Right.
we were on. And it turned out beautifully. It's one of our best episodes.
Yeah.
We won awards.
Yeah.
But here's the best thing that happened. I saw that what happened to Ray, the character that I wrote, happened to Ray, the person.
Oh, my God. I
He-
love that.
He
yes.
changed. He now goes to Italy. Okay?
Point.
Yes.
Nice. You got a point for that. That's what you set
Yes.
out to. That's beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
here's the other
I know the Ray who was like, I don't care.
Yeah. And now,
Yeah.
I mean, you should have seen him there.
Yeah.
So should we get gelato now? Right? After
Yeah.
every meal?
Right.
Yeah, we'll get gelato. Hey, did you try this one? This one is great. And this, how about this?
Yeah.
And go, should we get pizza now?
Yeah.
Okay, but we just had dinner and gelato.
Right.
I know, but this pizza, it looks awesome. Okay, we'll get that. Okay, you know what you need after pizza? What? More gelato. So it was all night long.
Sounds fun.
Okay, so that happened. That's when the other light bulb went off. What if I could do this for other people? So that was 10 years ago. It's taken 10 years. from this idea to this show that starts Monday?
I have to say, it does start Monday. It's on PBS.
When is this on? Your
This
podcast?
Tuesday.
Oh, great. So you missed it.
Shut up!
Actually, you could probably see it again on.
They keep doing. They replay.
Yes, and you can probably go online.
Right.
And also,
go online.
PBS
But-
publishes their shows like a day or two later on Hulu, and
they
there's
do
a
it
lot
on-
of different
and they do it online,
platforms.
and you can see it.
Okay,
if you
so
have-
I'm just warning.
happy.
I need to warn everyone.
Yes.
I watched some of the show. You know, I
Nice.
can't watch the whole. You know,
You're very
shindig. No, because they don't allow you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they only have little. I got someone. I know someone involved, so I got to watch.
I know someone who knows someone, so I got to watch
so,
too.
It makes your mouth water, and like it. So it's Kol Nidre, okay.
The intro alone, I'm
can't
already
even take
changed.
it.
I'm
And-
I got to be Italian somewhere.
Yes.
So I go to this Kol Nidre service. You know, it's the night before Yom Kippur. It's the first Yom Kippur without my mother. I'm like, I said, and you're not supposed to watch television or anything, but I was like, you know what? I can't. So I put this on.
I knew you
And
were
I'm
supposed to eat, but
I'm not eating, and I'm like, why am I watching? And it's riveting. It is a riveting show because the joy it is because you're so into the food, and you're like I was invested in you, and your experience.
Oh, you watched this during a fast?
Shut up.
That's the worst.
But it's also the joy. Like I've eaten with you, and you've eaten with. Oh, sorry, Monica. But,
Hello.
Eating with you, I have to say, it is so much fun because I love food. I mean, I live for food. Everything, I think about food 24/7. And the pleasure you derive from giving this, it's so palpable when eating with you that you enjoy, like, look, taste, isn't it good? Isn't it good? But when you ate that 100-year-old egg.
Oh, yeah. It's called the century-year-old egg. Now,
Okay.
it's not really a century-old egg in Hong Kong. It just tastes that way.
So, what do they do to the egg, and why do they eat it? Because your face
Yes.
on the 100th century, I call 100. You know,
That's fine.
My father was in a tax and charity. Yeah. So why? What is it?
It's an egg that's preserved in ash and lime, and it's preserved for weeks or months. And it's this delicacy that I didn't realize. It comes to the table, and what's funny in the Jewish culture, like at Seder, you would have a plate of hard-boiled eggs
In salt water.
or just but it comes to the table a plate of hard-boiled eggs that are peeled already,
Right.
and maybe even cut in half.
Right.
So here comes a plate of cut in half hard-boiled eggs, except the yolks on these eggs are green. And the whites are a translucent brownish orange. Okay?
Okay.
So that's weird. And I'm sitting at the table with three other Chinese people. One of them says, I grew up with this, I like it. One of them says, I've had it a couple times, it's fine. One of them says, I'm not touching that. I said, really? I said, you've never had it? No, she says, it looks disgusting. I'm not tasting it. I said, if you taste it, I'll taste it. And why I say that? We're on television.
Right.
So you gotta,
You got the
you
stakes
gotta-
are high.
That's why we're here.
The
Right?
stakes.
we're all
STEAKS. Stakes.
You sure you don't have editing?
I'm learning a lot.
Okay, and
So she takes a tiny, I see her trembling because she's going to take a nibble of this thing. And me, because I'm hilarious, Judy.
yes, I know, Philip.
I'm hilarious. I take the whole thing and pop it in my mouth.
I know.
Obviously,
She
you
took a
whore.
teeny bit. She took a teeny bit.
People die from such hilarity. I almost dropped dead because what happens when you put the century-old egg in your mouth,
The whole thing.
and bite down on it, the first thing...
Oh, wow! I wonder what that is. How's your publicist? She's good, right? Go ahead.
The first thing you taste when you
Yeah.
bite into the 100-year-old egg is very, very, very rotten egg.
Oh God! Please, no! I can't.
What's the second thing?
But your face was like, yeah, and then
And then that is surpassed in your mouth by the overpowering, and I mean overpowering, wave of ammonia.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
So from this day hence, this egg shall be known as cat pee egg.
Okay, can I just... And you swallowed it.
There's cat poop coffee.
The bravest thing I've ever done is chew that and swallow it.
Now you know what it felt like for me
Yes.
when I had to, the first time.
Why do you go there?
She's a
Because I'm a
16-year-old
little
boy.
attracted to
Nice.
you. I know, I'm kidding. All right, so...
I'm kidding him. You're not attracted?
No, I'm attracted to you. But what? Like, I don't understand. Why would this be a delicacy?
Because here's what I learned after I did my hilarious thing. The way it's used there is a sliver. You take a tiny bit and you add it to this giant cauldron of soup, like a
seasoning.
garnish.
It's a
garnish.
cat pee garnish.
You wouldn't put a whole onion in your mouth.
No.
You wouldn't eat the mound of wasabi.
But
that
how come
comes
no
with
one
the
told
sushi.
you that?
Well, he had to do it.
No.
The
didn't
camera
have
was
to do
on.
it.
No, nobody said anything.
No, I know, but you being you had to.
When I saw the girl was timid.
That's what I
and
mean.
Same, I'm like, what do
You
you think?
commit.
It's a hard-boiled egg. Let it put it in your mouth. So I did it.
So
And
you
that-
did not
hear-
spit it out.
You know, my brother's one of the producers on
Right.
the show. You hear him laughing at my face. You hear.
The face was I've never seen a face like that because whenever they do like cooking
I
segments on
stink
shows,
at poker because I can't
Oh,
hide
same.
it. Everything reads on the face. I'm just blessed or cursed.
you can kind of tell, like if you're watching Good Morning America or the Today
Yes.
Show or something, and they have a cooking segment.
Yes.
You can kind of tell when they're like, "Oh, that's good," and they don't really. But your face, I mean, it was. I thought you were going to puke.
But I didn't.
I know.
I held it together.
And
You should be on The Amazing Race.
yeah, and so then
and yet it's not that kind of show. That's
Yes,
that's
I know.
the only time that happened.
Right.
I'm not Andrew Zimmern. You know,
Right.
I'm not Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
I'm not looking for that.
Right.
Right? It's not that kind of show. And by the way, I love them both. Anthony Bourdain, I'm telling people, I'm exactly like Anthony Bourdain if he was afraid of everything.
right.
That should be your
So-
tagline.
That's how cool
Just
I
like Anthony Bourdain.
So,
if
and
he
then
was
when
afraid
you
of
were in
everything.
Tokyo,
Yeah.
they had like the food was making noise.
Oh, you're talking about this beautiful thing.
Yeah.
At Narasawa, which is rated the #1 restaurant in all of Asia.
Wow.
You would like this. Here's what happens. A plank of wood comes. It's cut from a tree.
Right.
So it's a beautiful, jagged, kind of rough piece of wood. It's beautiful. Sanded on top.
Nice.
And then what they've done is recreated, they call it the forest floor.
Oh,
So
cool.
you see moss and mushrooms and
Right.
branches and trees. It looks like a little diorama of a scene in the forest. There's even a stream. There's even in a hollowed out
Very autistic.
vessel.
Right.
As they set it down, they leave, and you start hearing the sounds of the forest coming from it.
What?
Right.
What? I go, what is this? What is happening? It's rustling leaves, wind in the branches, birds, a running stream. I'm like, what is happening?
And it's coming from that particular piece of wood.
They told me it's coming from the wood. I said, oh, so I get it. There's a sound chip
Right.
in the wood. That's very clever.
Right.
And they say, no, it's not that. There's a microphone in the forest. There's a live feed
No
from
way.
the forest through the internet into the wood of yours.
I love this place.
So, and how big is the portion on the...
This is what they call the amuse-bouche, the thing before the meal starts.
Right.
The thing, and by the way, it's not one bite. This is 10 bites of
palate cleanse.
food. Right?
Oh.
It's gorgeous. All the things are other things. In other words, it looks like a branch. It's made out of like a mushroom.
Oh,
Sure.
right.
Everything is edible. It would all be pretentious bullshit, by the way, if it wasn't also delicious.
Right.
and if
But it
it's
is
So
delicious.
what, the main course, what do they have? Like,
Oh,
you're
the-
in the zoo?
10 more courses.
Oh, my
All
God.
celebrating nature in some way. In other words, the elements.
Do you
Yes.
ever get full?
Of course. Of course.
You do?
Well, yeah. I
What
don't
do you
like
do
the
when you're full?
4-hour formal dinner that much anymore.
Right.
When I was a starving actor here in New York, and eating tuna fish every dinner for forever. I read about these magical places in New York called 4-star restaurants.
Right.
I would read and call my friends. Did you see? I called Monica once. She thought I was out of my mind. This is the guy I'm dating. Did you see Le Bernardin got 4 stars?
Yeah.
I'm all excited. Why? Because I'm going to save up and I'm going to take her there. Right? And we did it. It's only good if you can.
I know,
cry.
you're
It's only
so
good if you
cute
can
right
share
now.
it.
Right.
But here's 2 kids. I'm in a jacket that doesn't fit me.
Right.
And you never saw more excited people.
Right.
We're so excited that the waiter says, "Would you like to see the kitchen?"
Aw,
Boy, would I!
that's really
Go to the
cute.
kitchen, and we're in our
Right.
early
Glory.
20s,
Right.
And we're seeing. We think we're. It's like Walt Disney said.
Right.
Would you like to see how we
Right,
do everything?
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
Yes,
seeing
we
your
would.
first show.
Right.
And by the way,
your first Broadway
we go
show.
for lunch to Le
Yeah.
Bernardin because we can't afford dinner. You understand?
That
this is but we
Right.
have to go.
Right.
Yes.
And
We
you
go.
have to have that
I
experience.
have to do it. And once a year, my roommate Rob Weiner and I would save up
Yeah.
because he was as stupid as me, and we'd spend $100 on a meal.
Right.
When my parents heard that I was doing this,
Oh, forget it.
I was almost disowned.
Philip,
That's
can
not-
I talk to you?
Yes, that's not
What the hell are you doing with the money?
That's not what money's for.
What are you, crazy?
If you grew up in my house,
$100.
money was to be saved for an operation.
What if I need surgery?
That's right.
What if I need surgery and you're spending
And you're
Max!
eating. He ate my surgery.
Oh, worth it.
Now,
Worth it.
Yeah.
That's a great
have you ever had a
story.
really
And so the sharing of that,
right?
Yeah.
that became
That is what the
essential.
show is.
Exactly. Right.
Isn't that what you do with your passion and who you are?
Yes,
Why not?
you share it. But he is such. You have such joy.
Well,
And-
here's the thing. I'm trying to get you off the couch to come and travel. So, right? I
Yeah.
want you to, like, I think if we watch Anthony Bourdain, who we love,
Right.
he's a superhero.
Right.
I'm watching him, I'm going, you're fantastic. I'm
Right.
not doing that.
Right.
I'm not going to Beirut to get shot at.
Right.
I'm not eating this part of the pig that will
Right.
make you die.
Right.
I have to eat food that I recognize
Right.
as food because I didn't grow up like him. I'm not cool like him.
Right.
So here's my real thing.
I think you're cool.
I think if people see me
Mm-hmm.
going to these places and eating these things, they're going to say, if that putz can go outside,
Right.
so can I.
Well, you're so relatable
Thank you.
to people that it makes the viewer
Oh,
feel
stop
comfortable.
kissing his ass. Listen,
Yes, boss.
Very nice.
have you?
You could take a lesson maybe. From
Yeah, thanks.
Your partner.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, what about? Have you ever had like? All right, so you're doing the show.
Yes.
We have the century-old deck.
Yes.
Did you ever have like a bad like that? You were like,
Yes,
You
you
know.
know what? I film 8 days in each place.
Right.
So the ones that are just okay, I don't put them in the
Right,
show.
right.
Well, why bother?
right?
I want to
But
show
did the
you-
chefs see you walk in and they're like? Because when we went to Blue Hill, it
Yeah.
was like, Phil, I feel like I'm with the king.
You know why? Because I love Dan Barber, the chef
Right.
at Blue Hill at Stone Barns.
Right.
And also Blue Hill down in the
Right.
village here. But when you eat at Blue Hill at Stone Barns, this is, I think I told you this is my favorite
Restaurant in the whole world.
In America.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, I
This
thought
is-
you said in the world. It's fine.
We'll say the world. Why not?
Uh-huh.
It's America.
It's America. We are the world.
Right. We are okay.
I knew that. I knew I shouldn't
So
have.
now you know that we talk a lot about what pisses us off on Kill Me Now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, and we can't end this without a couple of questions. First of all, we ask everyone if they're on any antidepressants,
Nope.
which is what I told Lauren before the show. There will be no anti. But let me ask you something: is syndication an antidepressant?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay, if you had no Everybody Loves Raymond,
Yes.
would you be depressed?
No.
Okay. Anyway, cut.
But I get sad like everybody else.
Right.
You know, and I would even say I could get depressed on occasion.
Right.
But
But you're living life to the fullest.
life is good. It has nothing to do with money.
Right. I know. I totally agree.
The poorest people in the world, they did a study. Some of they did a study. The happiest people on earth
Have nothing.
actually have nothing. It's
Have
not
nothing.
It's not everyone
Max!
who has nothing is happy. It just so happens that they found the happiest.
Max, I don't understand. Philip is a big success and I'm still depressed. Now,
Oh my god.
I heard that. Is there anything in your kitchen that really pisses you off? It's under the sink.
How do you know this?
I don't know.
Stop talking to my wife.
That she's a witch.
She has the little compost trash basket.
Oh, it's so good for the earth.
Very nice. So I put my apple core in there every morning. And every morning I open that goddamn thing under the sink where this little basket is hanging on 2 nails. When I open it, it slips off one of the nails and hangs diagonally like an animal. I have to go in there and straighten it and put my apple core in there for the compost in the biodegradable bag that's in the basket and then re-hook it on the nail. How long do I live with this? 10 years.
10 years. That's right.
Nobody fixes it.
I think it's your turn.
She said that
I don't know how to
tried to fix
Have
it
you
and it
noticed I'm
doesn't
Jewish?
Yeah.
She said
Hire
that
me, I'll come over and
not
fix
that
it.
I talked to her, but I heard.
We have a handyman on retainer.
Yes.
Okay? What the hell is this guy doing?
He's shit. Is he Jewish?
No.
That's
it.
That's it.
You want me to kill him? I'll kill him for you.
But a Jew wouldn't know how to fix it.
Is there anything else that, like, I just want to know what pisses you, like.
Nothing more than that goddamn basket under
Is
the
that
sink.
really the thing that?
May I ask something?
You know, when
Yeah,
you don't have
what?
big problems, you take the little
I
problems.
know, which
and
is
make them
good.
big.
Yes.
How about, is there anything in the preparation of food or a food prep, what is presented to you, anything that is like a pet peeve of yours that people do, like a garnish that's inedible?
Yeah, like
or
I'd hate to wait on you.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
I like almost everything. I really
Yeah,
do.
but do you get it? Oh, they didn't serve it right, or
No,
this?
I don't care.
Oh, all
Just
right.
give me
Do
my
you
food.
have a pet peeve, though, of
Oh, yeah, loud. Loud in the restaurant.
loud restaurants?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
And I found out because, you know, I invest in restaurants
Right.
as well. I for me, it's like supporting the arts.
Right.
I really enjoy it. I don't make money at it, really.
Right.
I break even, I guess. And there was 1 or 2 things that I did make money, but by luck.
That's
Right.
pretty cool.
Because
So-
it's a stupid investment restaurant. However,
Yeah, like a Broadway show
I
is
found-
is.
a Broadway show
Yeah.
or a boat.
Oh, boats are they're like,
Stupid.
yeah. Just
So-
throw the money in the
Yes.
ocean. Yeah.
I found out, you know why restaurants are so loud now? You want to
Why?
guess why?
Wait. So they can get more. So people will leave and they can get
You're
more.
very good. You know why you know that? Because you're a
I'm
very
a comic.
cynical person.
Yes.
And you went right to the heart of it.
Right.
You got it.
Turnover.
That's it. It's a terrible business thing. And I'm like, oh, I hate knowing that. I
Right.
hate that that's why.
Yeah.
Because
So people will eat,
I'm
get the hell
literally-
out, and
I'm
yeah.
on my, for me, restaurant, and I really believe this, a great restaurant is a vacation. Mm-hmm. For the evening.
Right.
Even lunch can be this
That's
vacation
what
in the
I
middle
feel
of your
like.
day.
A meal is
So
yeah.
you're
Absolutely.
ruining it with this thing. And now I find out you're doing it because you don't want me there.
Right.
You want me to give you money
And
eat as
yes.
quickly as possible and get out.
That's why
Okay.
they need to pay waiters a
I was
wage.
just going to say that.
Oh, well, look
Do you-
at- I've
what
learned.
do you think of the fact that
Yes.
we essentially, the customer pays the salary of the waiter?
That's not fair.
I mean, we really
For
do.
either
it's like
party.
you hire someone to serve your food, and the customer is paying that salary,
This is kind of how it's been
right?
for many,
it's
many
not
years.
like that in Europe, right?
I don't
No.
think so. No.
Right.
They get a
Europe,
wage.
You tip very little.
Right.
It's just
I-
a nice
if any at all.
courtesy.
Right.
If anything at all.
I think it's like, why do you think you can own a business and have the customers pay the employees?
Yeah.
Because the rents are so high and the profit margins are so tiny in America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the rest of the world, but I'm guessing it's not so bad. But here in America, it is bad.
Okay, then why do they have tip cups at Starbucks and at the Dell? Everyone has a goddamn tip cup.
Oh, at the grocery store now.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Because they can.
Okay, so that's number one. First of all,
America.
I have to know this. We cannot end without knowing the favorite thing you ever ate in your entire life. If you have a gun to your head, you can have one thing.
The chocolate chip gelato at Vivoli.
I
Florence.
knew you were going to mention that place from the episode I watched. I could hear it in his voice.
Whatever. Really?
Uh-huh.
So you're on death row,
Yeah, I need a little
and
of that
you're going to make
before
them
you-
go to
yeah.
Italy
Now, there's lots
to get
of,
you gelato.
There's going to be a lot. First of all, I get to live a little longer. That's a
Yeah,
long trip.
that's true.
And, you know, I had to pick one thing out
Right.
of a hat right now. There's lots and lots of other things.
But you won't have time to think about it because you'll be dead.
Can I compliment my mother?
Yes, I was going to ask you if she was a good
She
cook.
makes a killer matzo ball soup. I give her that.
You know, that's a hard thing to
Yes,
make.
she does it great, and her mother did it great.
Right.
And she does it great.
Does your father cook at all?
Not at all. I can't make a can of soup.
Does he like to eat?
Not especially.
Wow.
Can you open a
He
can?
loves anything that reminds him of his childhood, like a Wiener Schnitzel.
Right.
He'll order that. He could eat that 3 times a day.
That's a great idea for a restaurant.
What?
Wiener
To
Schnitzels?
take childhood foods and elevate them. I suppose that's what a lot of restaurants do. But
What is with the kissing his ass thing?
I'm not. I really am into food too.
I know.
I watch
just
the Food
love
Channel
food.
all the time.
You know what? I cannot be friends with someone who doesn't like food. This is the other thing that pisses me off, and then we're hanging up.
Is it 'cause
okay.
it's time for dinner?
Yeah. I can't be in a relationship or friends with anyone who does not
Like to eat.
Like to eat.
You know why?
Why?
It's how we connect.
Right.
Right? It's food and a sense of humor.
Right.
I
Yes.
believe that's how we find our friends. That's even how we find who we're going to marry. The sense of humor.
Very profound. That I totally agree with.
Right?
Yes, sense of humor.
Eating
The last
you have
thing,
to do,
right?
And you can't eat with somebody who's
And
not
you got to
sharing
laugh
that
with someone.
You.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once the laughs go,
Then it's
you go.
over. The last thing is, and this is a lesbianic thing. I'm not kidding.
teach me something.
All right. When I've gone out with groups, first of all, I hate eating with large groups or going out with, and there's one person at the table. The check comes. I didn't have an appetizer,
Oh, no.
and I only had soup, so I'm only putting. I don't know why I'm talking like my mother, but it's so annoying.
That's not a
Ruth?
lesbian thing. That's in everything.
All right.
Everybody.
I
You think you're so special with the lesbians?
yeah, sorry.
lesbians are notorious for being cheap.
Yeah,
Is that true?
I'm not.
That's
No,
really-
you're not. No,
That
because
is, yes.
Judy
Yeah.
is like
Where does that come from? How
the
does that
lesbian
factor in?
that makes up for
I don't
everything
know
else.
because
So my
some of
father's a lesbian?
your father's a lesbian. Oh,
Big
an
old
old
lesbo.
Jewish man.
Okay.
Basically the same thing.
All right.
All right.
That's
Listen,
really
I'm
funny.
starving. I don't know about you.
I'm hungry too.
I am really
Can we eat?
hungry.
Where's lunch?
Phil, thank you.
I love you.
I love you. I'm so excited about the show.
Thank you for
We have
plugging.
6 episodes.
Paris, Barcelona, Florence, Tokyo, Hong Kong, Los Angeles.
Oh,
Really?
I'm
Los Angeles.
going
I
to
think
Los
It's
Angeles.
the best food city in America at the moment. Sorry,
Really?
New York.
Give me one
But-
place to eat while I'm there.
What do you think of the rat that took the slice of pizza down the?
I told my son, who loves 99-cent pizza,
Right.
as a way to stick it to his father. So everybody rebels in their
Right.
way. So I'm like, "Where are you eating tonight?" He goes, 99-cent pizza. I'm like, "You're killing me."
Right.
I sent him the video. I said, "You see this video?
Yeah.
That's how they deliver the slices to your place."
Oh God!
I love
I'm
a good
hungry.
99-cent slice
Listen,
every once in a while.
Phil, I wish you only the best. I know
wish
this
you
show.
nachos.
Nachos and
Extra hook, please.
and I cannot wait to go eat with you right now. And I have to say, you have to watch the show.
What's it called?
It's called "I'll Have What's Phil." Shit, it's called
Cut,
"I'll
edit,
Have
action.
What's Phil."
Oh
What's
my God,
Phil?
again.
I'll have what Phil's having. I'll have what Phil's having. What the hell? was
One more
that?
Oh,
I'll have what Phil's having.
Nice.
This is the best one.
That was a good
You
one.
know
I'll
what,
cut that one.
guys? All I have to say is I'll have what Phil's having.
Kill me now. Kill me now.
And everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.